I just read a ridiculous article just a moment ago stating that a healthy Carson Wentz would have beaten the New Orleans Saints. A healthy Carson Wentz wouldn't have got you to the fucking playoffs to begin with. Yo, I don't and of course it came from a Philadelphia Eagle fan page, site or blog or whatever. Bruh, Carson Wentz wouldn't have beaten the Rams, the Texans. He wouldn't have beat those teams, and he definitely wouldn't have got that playoff win in Chicago, even if he got lucky enough to beat those teams to get to the playoffs. Nick Foles and everybody knows I fucking hate those Philadelphia Eagles. But I'm being real here. The best chance the Eagles have going forward is to trade Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is going to be the Derrick Rose of the NFL. He was hurt in college. He was hurt last year. He's hurt this year. And the man simply, and just like Derrick Rose, he can't close it out. Derrick Rose lost to LeBron James. He lost to somebody that stopped him from getting to the NBA Finals. Carson Wentz is going to be the same way. The only difference is Carson Wentz won't even get his team to the playoffs. Y'all, especially you Eagle fans, I know you're going to hate. Listen to me. Nick Foles is your best chance. He's only 29. Carson Wentz, he's talented, but he suffers from too much talent because he has so much talent that he feels like he has to do everything on the field when he can't. Even Coach Peterson is like, you know what? He's super talented. I'm going to make him do this, and this. He suffers from a multitude of riches, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers are with all their offensive talent. He suffers from a multitude of riches. And the thing is, Doug Peterson, you know what? I'm going to say this. A lot of people say that you have to dumb down the playbook for Nick Foles, and that's why he's so successful, because it's so simplified for Nick Foles. I don't agree with that. What if Carson Wentz simply just doesn't operate well under Doug Peterson's playbook, his play calling? What if he simply doesn't grasp what Nick Foles does? Have you ever thought of that? I mean, because when I see Nick Foles out there, I think he's running. Of course, he's not doing the same RPO shit in running that Carson Wentz does when healthy. But at the same time, you see he spreads the ball out more. You see he can recognize blitz packages in certain defenses that Carson Wentz doesn't recognize. He knows when to audible into this, into that, when Carson Wentz doesn't. Yo, so when it comes to people saying that they dumb down or simplify the offense and that's why Nick Foles is successful, I don't believe that. I think Nick Foles is just a more experienced, less athletic, less talented, but more experienced and more cerebral quarterback than Carson Wentz. The best comparison I can come with is Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is physically more gifted than Steph Curry. But Steph Curry, he's more cerebral how he approaches the game. More cerebral. He can see things that not everybody and not every player can see. That's the comparison I can come with. They play the same position. One is more talented than the other, but the other is more cerebral than the other. And the player that's more cerebral ends up making things look more simpler and ends up performing better in clutch moments. Nick Foles, it should be the Eagles' future, but you know what? They're going to fuck it up. They're going to think Carson Wentz is the guy. They're going to pretend he's the guy. And I understand where they're coming from. They spent a second overall pick on him. They spent all that draft capital on him. And to get rid of him in favor of a cast-off, it just doesn't look right. So, of course, they have to pump up Carson Wentz. But 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line, we're going to be looking at a 30 for 30. And we're going to all be saying, the Eagles made the worst decision by getting rid of Nick Foles. I'm telling you, it's coming. In the future, you're going to see it. They're going to make a huge mistake in getting rid of Nick Foles. Y'all, mark my words. I'm telling you. Nick Foles is that franchise's future, but they're not going to put their pride aside. They're going to believe in their golden boy, and it's going to doom them. But you know what? I'm a Cowboy fan, so who gives a fuck? Let them make that bad decision. Fuck them.